Rob Mallard has shed some light on where the conflict between Daniel Osborne and Max Turner is headed in Coronation Street. Newly qualified teacher Daniel has had his hands full with his unruly student Max since the start of the school year, with problems only set to intensify in upcoming episodes. Daniel will end up in a physical conflict with Max on the cobbles, after suspecting that Max stole his wallet. He also ends up at odds with Max's adoptive dad David Platt over classroom drama. Addressing this ongoing storyline, Rob has spoken about how Daniel initially saw this teaching job as a way to truly make a new start. I think he wants to do something meaningful with his life, and being a teacher is meaningful, so in that sense yes, he explained. However, I also think there's a slight reluctance to it because it's what Ken did. He gets on with his dad now, but he didn't always, and I think there's probably a bit of resistance to following too closely in his footsteps. The actor then joked, "I think he's very brave going to teach at secondary school. I think he has this idea of going in and finding that one student you manage to help in such a way that later down the line they come back and say you changed my life. But he very quickly realizes he's got a room full of 30 kids who don't care." An early conflict arises when Daniel bonds with student Summer Spellman over her attempts to excel in class, while he grows more frustrated with Max goofing off. Summer is the model student and he has lots of time for her, but he doesn't have the same time for Max, the actor admitted. It's a professional conflict. He knows he's supposed to give equal time to all of his students, but he definitely has a preference. It's a logical preference because you can't force someone to learn, then you've got someone else there who's really keen. They're two very different students. Max only makes matters worse when he responds to Daniel's attempts to discipline him by bringing up his teacher's prior relationship with Bethany Platt. Is shocked because as far as he's concerned, that's in his past. The fact that David's been bad-mouthing him behind closed doors, Daniel didn't realize his reputation was still so bad in the Platt household, Rob said. Rather than take the opportunity to clear the air with the Platts, Daniel makes matters worse with a snide comment to David that Max could be taking advantage of his ADHD diagnosis. At the time there's nothing more in it, but I think Daniel's pomposity gets under David's skin because David's not got the academic background that he has. He needs Daniel's help with the tutoring and that grates on him, Rob acknowledged. Eventually, harsh feelings boil over in the streets when David has to stop Daniel during a confrontation with Max over the stolen wallet. Straight away, Daniel sees Max hovering around his desk, so he immediately thinks Max has done it. Also, Max's reaction to him just makes him fly off the handle, the actor previewed. He keeps him in detention after school, then actually gets physically aggressive towards him in the street. Rob added, he definitely realizes how far he's gone. When other people start to say you're going to get fired, you can't do this in the middle of the street, he's let him get under his skin. Then when the head calls him in for a meeting, he knows he's overstepped a line. Following the blow-up in the street, Daniel will be left wondering whether he's already ruined his shot at making a fresh start. It's quite a process doing your PGCE and becoming a teacher. It's an investment that he doesn't want to have no return on, Rob noted.